Hey, what's up, guys? It's RJ. We had the opportunity to interview Hall of Famer boxing referee Joe Cortez, and we discussed Jake Paul and his future career. Is Conor McGregor done? And the dilemma with the suspension with King Ryan and his future.
Welcome to the show with your host, RJ Montoya.
Well, there he is.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
All right, my man. How you been?
I've been good. I've been exceptional. I'm so honored to have you on my live feed. This is actually the first time I've been on the live feed.
Oh, yeah?
And so you're my first guest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What you been up to?
So I've been working nonstop, just serving veterans and working with athletes and trying to motivate them to seek Christ. And, as you know a lot of athletes, they've been concussed. How's life with you? How are you doing?
Good. Can't complain, I got a beautiful family, beautiful grandchildren now, and a great-granddaughter who's 6 months old now. We're okay. My grandson, one is he was in the Air Force. He's in the reserves. He works for the government now. I can't talk about it, but he works for the government now, and he takes off for 3 or 4 days, then he comes back. That's the way it is with his job with security with the government. Grandson who plays football, which is professional football, but it's indoor league. So he played for the Vegas Nighthawks.
Oh my God!
He graduated from Purdue University last year, and we were very proud of him. And his name is Bryce Hampton. He wanted to be boxing. I said, no, boxing is not enough for you. You get a good education.
Yeah.
You got that diploma from Purdue University. That's very important. That'll go a long ways in life.
Yeah. Wow, that is a blessing. It looks like God keeps continuing to bless you, and it's like you just keep growing in different chapters in your life with your children, your family. That's amazing.
I have a daughter who was in a car accident 29 years ago. She ended up quadriplegic.
Oh.
And she lives with us here. And she's my inspiration because she said, Dad, there's nothing wrong with me. Even though she's paralyzed from here down,
Yeah.
She drives her own car. She gets out. She does a lot of things on her own, And I remember when I was in the hospital with COVID, I was there for 5 months. And she was the one that really inspired me to say, she doesn't complain. How can I complain,
Yes.
So I was blessed by having her in my corner.
When you were going through that COVID thing, I was scared for you because, COVID was kind of new. And I was just like, I actually had a buddy. He's a World War II veteran.
He actually got COVID, and then he got pneumonia, and he passed away. And then when I saw you and you were struggling, I was just like, you know what? He's got this. He's a fighter. He's going to get through it. Then I saw you get through it, and I was just like, there you go.
Yeah, well, it wasn't easy, but I made it. Like I said, my daughter inspired me to keep going forward. I said I refuse to quit, It's like a fighter, you can't quit.
Yes, sir.
And I got knocked down, I got back up, kept going forward, Here I am now 80 years young, and I feel good. Thank God.
That is awesome. My father's going to turn 80 next year, so we're going to do something big for him. I still would love to come down to Vegas and interview in person, bring my cameras and stuff. Hopefully we can make that happen. But I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia situation, I'm assuming you're a man of faith. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So with the whole Ryan Garcia thing, he's a young kid. He's trained out here in Dallas. He's going through stuff, and, he said a couple things online. And it was kind of funny because I was looking at his feed today, and there was a lot of people who were saying, hey, man, you don't have to apologize for what you said. We got you. And this is the Black community or the African-American community. So I was a little surprised. But at the same time, I've been messaging him and just sending him like little things saying, hey, man, read the Bible, stay in the Word. You could tell he's kind of a green Christian in the faith.
Yeah.
What would you say to him? What are your words for encouragement to King Ryan there?
Well, I'll tell you, if he's listening or if he gets a word that, you got to believe in God, You got to always say he seems to be religious, and maybe he's new at it, but he means well. And I saw him 2 weeks ago at the Cervantes Davis fight. He was there at ringside. I got to talk to him briefly. He gave me a big hug, gave me a kiss, He was happy to see me. And nice kid, Be very humble. And I think the kid's on the right track, It's just he got to keep the faith and believe in himself and keep going forward because, he's very talented. He has all the talent in the world. He's young. We want to see him, invest his money wisely and don't end up like most fighters. They make all the money and they end up broke. He should invest his money. I think he's the kind of kid that's kind of straight. I don't think he's going to throw his money away. Doesn't seem like a wild guy with money. And I think that the religion is good for him.
Yes.
And if he believes in God, well, God will help him get him on the right track. I think he's young. He's very talented. He beat one of the better ones out there. Devin Haney is one of the best fighters out there. I met Devin Haney when he was 10 years old, and he was fighting in a PAL tournament. And I said, "Come here, young man." I said, "Who's your trainer?" He said, "My dad. Bring your dad over here." He put his dad over a place called Mesquite, Nevada. It's about 80 miles north of Las Vegas.
Okay.
And I was up there. I was there with the tournament, watching the tournament. And I told his father, "Listen, this kid has great talent. He's championship material." And will you believe 10 years later, at the age of 20, he's already WBC lightweight champion of the world. So Devin Haney is another good fighter. I don't know where his faith is at, but he got to stay strong because he's young, very talented. And him and Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis and Pitbull about the four top, the lighter fighters out there in boxing today. They all have great careers ahead of them. If they think wisely and make the right moves and believe in God, they can make it too.
Amen, amen. No, you said it, and you're very wise. I love the fact that you know these guys and you can mentor them and you can give them that wisdom that you have, especially in the boxing industry. Because I know you've seen it before. These kids are young, and I can imagine that they got to have the right people in their circle to guide them. Once you get to that level, I mean, he's such a young guy, with all this money and all this power. And he needs to have good mentors. What would you suggest to an up-and-coming boxer or MMA fighter? How do you get good guys in their corner to mentor them and keep them away from the negative stuff?
Well, you got to keep your circle small. Keep a small circle. Don't go crazy with everybody. Don't have all these entourage around you. Just be very picky, and believe in God and say to yourself, I want to help people out there. There's a lot of people that need some help. He'd be a good role model for the young folks because they look up to him. They say, he's young. He's only, 20-some years old. And he's getting along very well, very talented. He seems to be pretty sharp. And he's not crazy. He's not a crazy kid. He seems to be on the right track. And I think if you keep your circle small and keep training, keep yourself on the right track, train the way you're supposed to be training. No drinking, no drugs, no performance-enhancing drugs. Just keep yourself clean because he's very talented, I mean, he fought Devin Haney in the amateurs. They fought like 6 times and they split, So now they fought in the pros. And now, a rematch will be okay in the very near future,
Oh, yeah.
It's just like Manny Pacquiao when he fought Juan Marquez. I refereed the first one.
Yeah.
First one, Marquez went down 3 times in the first round. I let it continue. And Bob Arum, when they were fighting for the 4th time, Bob Arum in the press conference said, "You'll have to remember one thing. Referee Joe Cortez, you got to thank him because if he would have stopped the first fight 2, 3, or 4 would have never happened, you see? So that's why I say that believe in yourself and believe that because Devin Haney should feel the same way. Just because you lost that one fight doesn't mean that your career is over. You got a second chance to come back. You can tie it up,
Yeah.
Maybe you can be Ryan Garcia next time around. I mean, they're young enough to for the crowd to say, "I'll buy the rematch," They'll see it. And you never know what's going to happen. The thing is, keep yourself clean, whether they win or lose.
Yeah.
The thing is to believe in God and keep paying it forward.
Amen. I love that. And the beauty of combat sports, boxing, all that. Roy Jones, when he fought, right before he fought Tyson, he was at Montoya boxing gym in Dallas. And so I started thinking about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. I'm just like, in a few years, they're going to be doing those same fights too. It's just great seeing them grow. So let me ask you a question about Jake Paul. So Jake Paul, I guess he's an up-and-coming fighter, and he's fought a couple guys and stuff. Where do you see him in the boxing historical legacy? Do you see him as a formidable opponent for I don't know, a pro boxer who has a career legitimately as a boxer? Do you see him as a boxer? Is he still just kind of an attraction?
I think right now he's an attraction because he has a lot of social media followers, over a million followers. But
Right.
he doesn't have the skills as a fighter. You can say a good skillful fighter like Roy Jones or Tommy Hearns or Roberto Duran. He doesn't even get close to those guys. He's just very popular because social media, but he doesn't. He's not in the same league. It's a different league altogether.
Right.
You gotta give him credit for it, for talking up a good stuff, promoting himself.
Yeah.
Like when they called me to train on Conor McGregor, because they needed Conor McGregor. He needed to lose on boxing, so they had me wait for 5 weeks when he fought Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And I said, Joe, we want you to see if you can help him out doing the sparring sessions. So every time he was in the ring sparring, I'd be there with him, and they both wanted me to be dressed up as a referee when he was sparring in the gym. And I did that, to make him feel like this is where we're going to be in the real fight. I even took a point from him during the sparring session to show him this is what will happen if you did this in the real fight. So, it was nice to be involved, but I know he was not in the same league, but I know he was in good condition, and he would promote himself like crazy.
Yeah.
And, Floyd Mayweather let him say and do whatever he wanted around him. Floyd knew that everything he got was saying, money cling, 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 going in the bank. I think if I'm not mistaken, I believe Conor McGregor made like $100 million for that fight.
Yeah.
And he did okay by promoting. He's a good promoter, but when it comes to boxing, you saw what happened after the third round. Robert Byrd had to stop the fight because the kid was more fatigued than hurt.
Absolutely.
Floyd Mayweather could have probably stopped him earlier, but Floyd Mayweather wanted the people to get their money's worth. So Jake Paul is in that same league. In the same league with Conor McGregor.
I could see that.
They're not there with the big boys, but they're big enough to draw a big crowd and to make it interesting for boxing or MMA.
Absolutely. And just like in any combat sports, you got to have the right opponent to be able to sell the fight, to have the right dance. The right opponent makes the great fighter. That's anything like in pro wrestling. Obviously, that's, it's entertainment on that side. But you got to have the right opponent to have that big main event fight. To segue to Conor McGregor, what do you see his future like? He injured himself. He had to delay his last fight because he broke his toe. Do you think it's over for him? Is he just now a business owner? Is he just a promotional marketing animal? Or do you see him still as a fighter that has that hunger to win a championship?
I don't think he has the hunger anymore. I think he made enough money. He's got all the fame in the world. I think he should start looking at maybe promoting, and he can have one or two more fights. But he's at the age now where it's in the danger zone where he can get hurt. Why risk it when you got all the money in the world? You got a wonderful family.
Yeah.
His wife's very nice. He got a beautiful baby, about 5 years old, 6 years old now. He was an infant when I was there. He let me hold the baby in the dressing room.
Oh, nice.
He was very nice with me, very respectful.
Yeah.
And I found him to be a different kind of person, not what you see out there on TV. He promotes real good, he's real cocky and all that. But behind the scenes, he's a real humble guy.
That's awesome.
He showed me a lot of respect. And those 5 weeks I was with him, it was enjoyable, a great experience for me, being, with all that. I got more attention as a referee for that fight than I did in my whole career with all the big fights that I referee. I referee over 175 world title fights.
Yeah.
But that fight with Mayweather and Conor McGregor, they gave me all the attention in the world. And I loved it all because I was helping the sport, you know what I mean?
Yes. Well, you're being modest because you are a legend in boxing history. So you are being modest because everybody knows who you are and what you contributed to boxing. So thank you so much. Kudos to you, sir.
Try the best I can. I'm trying to be as nice as I can with everybody. I love everybody out there. I have on the Joe Cortez show. I have it.
That's right.
I have it on the YouTube channel every Friday. I had a young lady today. Her name is Monica Ramos on my show today. And she has 5 kids. And her husband works in a restaurant. I think he's a waiter in the restaurant. And he helped volunteer with the amateur kids. and they have one son in the Army, and the other son is in the boxing now. He's 12 years old.
Wow.
He's boxing. And then they got a 6-year-old starting to box now. And he has a little family. And Monica Ramos is the supervisor for the USA amateur boxing here in Nevada.
Yeah.
So I give her a lot of credit. I had her on my show today to talk about her program to help promote the amateur level, the kids in the amateur ranks. And it was a nice half-hour talk show.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And you still live in Nevada, right?
I live in Nevada, originally from New York, born and raised in New York, from Puerto Rican parents. And I lived in Puerto Rico for 8 years. I used to manage hotels out there. Then I came back to New York.
What part of New York? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Part of Manhattan, upper east side of Manhattan.
Okay.
And I was born and raised there. I was in the Army when I was 18 years of age. And when I came out, I got married after I came out. And it's been a lot of fun, being involved with boxing my whole life, just about. I got involved when I was 15 years of age. And I just like helping people out. I do a lot with the seniors.
Yeah.
I like to talk with the senior. I get a senior program, I call it Aging in Place.
Yeah.
And I try to help out the seniors. There's a lady named Tara Ballman, and she's a director, national director. And she has me booked in the next couple of months. I'll be doing some speaking engagement with seniors around the country, just to help them out and get to let them know that there's opportunities for them out there. And it's not the end of the world when you become a senior, but there's a lot of programs out there to help you, help you with when you get a certain age in life. You need help with whether it's medical, whether it's living, or transportation or whatever. There's programs out there to help you out. So I love doing that to help out seniors.
Wow, you have a great heart. Yeah, I got some buddies that live out in Hoboken, and when I hang out in New York, and I think that's awesome too. So I run a veterans group at my church. It's awesome to know that you're a veteran and you did your thing, and thank you for your service and for paving the path for men like me and other generations. So thank you so much for your service. I think that's very important to say. A lot of guys deal with, as you probably know, because I know in the military, the divorce rate is about 80%. It's very high. It's higher than in the civilian sector. There's a lot of stressors. And so thank you so much for your service. Happy 4th of July weekend. And thank you for passing the baton to people like me and to the other guys. And I would love to have you come out sometime and talk to my veterans group. And I appreciate everything that you do in the community.
I'm going to be out there in Dallas, and I believe it's the end of November.
Okay.
I'm going to be inducted to some M.M.A. type of group in Dallas. And I got an email this week about me being inducted out there. So
that's amazing.
Yes, I'll be out there in Dallas sometime at end of November, early December, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk offline, and maybe you can come down and, and talk to the guys or something, and we would love to have you.
That'd be great. It'd be my honor.
Do you want to plug that real quick? Let them know where they can find your podcast.
Joe Cortez Show is on YouTube channel, and it's on Facebook. It's on every Friday. You can see it. If you miss it, you can go on your YouTube and put on the Joe Cortez Show. You see my show there. It's about helping people out there.
Yes, absolutely. And I appreciate it. I am honored. I just want to say I am honored to have you in this interview. Thank you so much. You've made my day. I'm just a kid trying to make it in this world and market and bring people to Christ. I love boxing. I love pro wrestling. I love mixed martial arts. I trained a little bit in the military. And I'm just honored to have you in this interview. Hopefully we can continue this. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you.
We're very proud of you. And well, thank you also for your service and what you're doing with the veterans today. I'm sure they can use your guidance and your knowledge. We need more people like you out there.
I appreciate you, Joe. Thank you so much.
God bless.
You have a good night. And God bless you too.
Bye-bye.